Imagine a country facing a huge problem. It does not have enough workers to fill its jobs, and its population is getting older every year. So what is the solution? Japan just announced a plan straight out of a science fiction movie. It wants to build 10 million smart robots powered by a brand new kind of artificial intelligence to get the work done. Stick around because the technology behind these robots is the truly mind-blowing part. So what is the actual problem Japan is trying to solve? A serious worker shortage. Japan has one of the world's oldest populations, with more people retiring and fewer young people being born. This means there are simply not enough workers for many important jobs, especially tough ones in factories, farming, and elder care. In some industries, hundreds of thousands of positions sit empty because nobody is available to fill them. It is a growing challenge that threatens the country's economy and daily life. What is Japan's big solution to this crisis? Robots, and lots of them. The Japanese government has unveiled an ambitious national plan to deploy around 10 million AI-powered robots across roughly 18 different industries by the year 2040. That is a staggering number of machines, all designed to work alongside people and fill the gaps left by the shrinking workforce. From factories to hospitals to homes, these robots are meant to take on jobs that there simply are not enough humans to do. The scale of the challenge is hard to overstate. Japan's population has been shrinking for years, and the trend is expected to continue for decades. That means the worker gap is not a temporary problem that will fix itself. It is a long-term shift that requires a bold, long-term answer. This is exactly why the government is thinking so far ahead, planning all the way out to 2040 rather than just patching things for a year or two. But what makes these robots different from the ones we already have? Their brains. Today's factory robots are usually good at just one repetitive task, like tightening the same bolt over and over. Japan's new plan is far more advanced. It centers on creating a special kind of artificial intelligence called a physical AI model. This gives robots the ability to actually understand the world around them and adapt, rather than just blindly repeating a single pre-programmed motion. That is a massive leap forward. So how does this physical AI actually work? By combining different senses at once, this new type of AI is designed to process language, images, video, and sensor information all together. That means a robot could look at a messy room, understand what it is seeing, and figure out how to move through it and act. Instead of needing every tiny movement programmed in advance, the robot can interpret its surroundings and respond intelligently, much closer to how a person would handle a new situation. Who is building this ambitious technology? A powerful team effort. The Japanese government is backing the project heavily, and it is being developed by a group of major companies working together, including some of the biggest names in technology and electronics. By combining their expertise and pulling data from many industries, they hope to build an AI brain smart enough to power millions of robots. It is a true national mission, uniting the government and private companies toward one futuristic goal. How much money is Japan pouring into this? A very large sum. The government has committed billions of dollars to support the development of this homegrown AI and the robot rollout over the coming years. This is not a small side project. It is a major national investment aimed at securing the country's future. The huge funding shows just how seriously Japan is taking its worker shortage and how much it is betting on robots and AI to solve it. The investment also reflects a bigger belief about where the future is heading. Experts predict that smart robots will become an everyday part of life, with some even suggesting that people may one day own more household robots than cars. Japan seems to be betting on exactly that future, and it wants to be a leader in it rather than a follower. Spending big now is a way of claiming a front row seat in the coming age of robotics. Why does Japan want to build its own AI instead of using others? For independence and security. Right now, much of the world's most advanced AI comes from a couple of countries. Japan wants its own homegrown model, so it does not have to depend on foreign technology for something this important. This idea, often called sovereign AI, is about a country controlling its own technological destiny. By building its own system, Japan aims to protect its interests and lead the way in this critical field. Where will these robots actually be used? In a surprising range of places. The plan covers many sectors, from manufacturing and logistics to healthcare and beyond. One especially important area is elder care, helping to look after Japan's large aging population. Robots could assist with physical tasks, support caregivers, and help older people live more comfortably. From building things in factories to caring for people in homes, these machines are meant to become helpful partners across everyday life. There are also important questions about how people will feel about all these robots. Will workers worry about their jobs or welcome the help with tasks nobody wants to do? Will elderly people feel comfortable being cared for partly by machines? Japan will have to think carefully about the human side of this shift, not just the technology. Getting people to trust and embrace the robots may turn out to be just as important as building them. Is this plan realistic or just a dream? It is genuinely ambitious, and there are real challenges ahead. Building millions of truly smart, capable robots is incredibly difficult, and the 2040 goal is still years away. The technology has to work reliably and safely in the messy real world, which is much harder than in a controlled lab. But Japan has a long history of leading in robotics, so if any country can pull off something this bold, it just might be the one to do it. What could this mean for the rest of the world? Possibly a glimpse of the future. Many countries are facing their own aging populations and worker shortages, so they will be watching Japan's experiment very closely. If it succeeds, this approach could become a model that others follow, changing how work gets done around the globe. Japan may be first, but the idea of smart robots filling human gaps could eventually spread far beyond its borders in the years to come. It also helps to appreciate how uniquely suited Japan is to try this. The country has been a world leader in robotics for decades and has long been comfortable with the idea of robots as helpers rather than threats. That cultural openness, combined with its technical skill, gives Japan a real head start. Where some places might resist the idea of robots everywhere, Japan seems ready to embrace it, which could make all the difference in whether this ambitious plan actually works. So Japan's plan is a bold and fascinating bet on the future. Faced with a shrinking workforce, the country is turning to millions of intelligent robots powered by a groundbreaking new kind of AI. It is ambitious, expensive, and full of challenges, but it could reshape work as we know it. If this amazed you, give it a like and subscribe for more.